All right, we're back for the final segment of the day. The New York Yankees. Matt. It looks like they got the wild card set up. Oh, sorry, I was just in my chair. I can't. My feet don't touch the ground.
Unless they lose out and the Astros win out.
Oh my God, they really don't.
They'll get the wild card spot.
Sorry,
the Astros
don't touch the floor.
What's that?
My feet don't touch the floor.
Yes, I can see that. You're still the same height as 06, we know.
Yes.
Oh wait,
06.
No. No way Astros are catching them.
Unless they win out and we lose out, which is very possible, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
They just finished,
someone in their own division, I would assume.
They
probably
just finished a series up.
Probably
with
play
the
the
Angels.
A's or something like that. Let's take a look.
I think most teams finish out against their division last week in the series.
They play. They have one more game against Seattle and then 3 against Arizona. So they could actually sweep. They could actually win all 4 because they have their pitching lined up.
So the Yankees have to be aware of that.
They have their pitching lined up, but they don't have Keuchel lined up because Keuchel pitches on the 3rd.
He only pitches well at home.
And he's pitching at Arizona on the 3rd. They could change the rotation and throw McCullers maybe that game.
I feel like sometimes
because they have an off day, so they're gonna change stuff around and probably try to set up Keuchel.
I've never watched the Yankees more than I have in the last 3 years, just because I've always had like a Yankee roommate, and I feel like sometimes they just forget that they have to actually make the playoffs before they can play in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the way it's set up, I get what you're saying.
Like, they just make it so often that they always just take it for granted.
As long as Joe...
And then they realize that at the end of the season and start putting in the work that they should be putting in.
As long as Joe Girardi brings in a sense of urgency in that clubhouse, I think they'll be okay. He knows how... I mean, he wasn't that always great at managing a bullpen, but he's gotten a lot better at it.
He's a good manager.
But
wow, I could get the 88-74 prediction on the nose. I'm close.
That's pretty cool.
They're 86 and 71.
I just didn't think they would be healthy enough.
That's crazy. I to be honest, I think the complete opposite. I think that they're only set up for a 1-game playoff because if need be, they have an off day. No, they don't have an off day. They'll have an off day on the 5th before. Yeah, so in that case, Keuchel will be lined up because he'll get 2 days of rest if they switch the rotation around. So if it's the Astros, they'll see Keuchel in a lefty-heavy lineup, but you get to throw Chris Young in the lineup at least. I think for a 1-game playoff that they're set up. It's gonna be it's Tanaka. It'll be at Yankee Stadium.
I think they could really make it to the ALCS.
Oh,
they could. They could.
They could even go win the pennant. I wouldn't be totally shocked if they won the pennant. World Series is a little different.
I would never be shocked if the Yankees ever won the pennant and they were in the playoffs. Like they just always.
But this is not a traditional Yanks team that we grew up with.
Yeah,
it's not even close. No, come on.
Tanaka is making his last start tonight before the 1-game playoff. I think if he can go, even if he just throws 5 1/3,
he's really.
That's all he has. That's all he has to give.
He gets good rest. He's really good.
No, he's the opposite. When he gets extra, when he gets because they've had him on.
I thought
6,
he was
had him on 6 days.
When he faced the Mets that one time.
That was his exception.
Okay,
but yeah, normally when he's on 6 days, that he hasn't been good. That's the whole thing with them switching up his routine and everything like that. All he's got to do is give them like 5 1/3,
which is weird because I know they pitch every 6 days in Japan.
Yeah, it's just a mess.
Well, because they flip-flop it, though. Like, no, you're not doing your thing, and that's what happened to his elbow.
Yeah.
You can't... If a guy has a certain routine, let him stay with his routine.
Are they going to operate on that this year?
I don't think so. Unless it gives him problems again, yeah.
No, they're going to keep doing what he's been doing.
Right.
They should, if they didn't do it before. He's not going to be as good as he should be.
Right. If they should have just did it, had him sit this year out, and that would have been that, and then he'd be good to go. Because
I'm pretty sure they were playing like they're shocked where they are right now.
Yeah, they are, and I think that's why they're not playing well. They didn't think that they'd be in a playoff spot. Nobody thought that, honestly.
Which is weird for Yankee standards.
Right. I think, like I said, for a 1-game playoff, I think they're set up. If Tanaka can give you 5 1/3, you have Justin Wilson, Betances, Miller. That's all you need, honestly. They'll get it done.
After that last start, not last start, but like the start that I saw.
Betances?
Yeah, where he had to be taken out in the 3rd. Because he gave up 8 runs.
You mean Pineda?
Betances doesn't start.
Betances? You mean Severino?
Oh, Severino.
Yeah, Severino did poor.
Yeah. He did. He got to win last start.
He's a good pitcher.
Against the White Sox.
I like him.
Yeah, he got one run against the White Sox.
I would bring him out of the bullpen.
I think they're going to because I think it's going to be
cool that the Yankees have a young pitcher.
Yeah, if they can get past the Astros in that playoff, then it'll be Pineda in game 1.
The Yankees will be really good these next 10 years.
Is Eovaldi even going to be back? I don't know, because then it'd probably be him too.
I don't think he will. They gotta consider what's up for the postseason roster. Is he even healthy enough to even put him on the roster?
Yeah, because if not, who takes his spot? You have Tanaka and Pineda,
and he hasn't pitched in a while. So why would you want to bring in a guy who's shaky in the first place when he's healthy? Why would you want to risk that bringing him in?
It's a shame he got hurt. 'Cause he was having such a good year. He really was having a great year. I don't know if he can't go and it's Tanaka and Pineda. I don't know who gets that other spot. I don't know if it's Severino. I don't know if he's ready for that. I don't know if it's CeCe, unless you keep them both on and you go with who you can when you can. I would trust CeCe more than Severino just because he's been there and he's pitched a little better as of late.
Well, he's
actually pitched much. Is he alright in his last 7 starts? Like 1.08.
You're saying for the wild card game?
No, if they can get past the wild card game, what the rotation would be. I would probably, if Eovaldi can't go, I'd probably say Tanaka, Pineda, CeCe, even though Pineda would be throwing game 1.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
It's difficult because the pitching's such a question mark.
Right.
They really need to bring in an ace this year. But the Yankees are well set up for.
Right.
I don't think anyone realizes if you keep track of young minor league players in the youth system, even international guys, the Yankees signed so many top international guys.
They're set.
They're set with all the top young prospects.
Plus the cap space they're going to have in the next couple of years.
There is no such thing as cap space with the Yankees. It's how much money do we want to spend this year?
But
$500 million or $1 billion?
You're going to be freeing up CeCe, Tex, and A-Rod. That's $70 million.
Yeah, big jump there, Martino. So it's $500 million difference there.
Because then we don't know what's happening with Tex. Do you re-sign him? Do you go with Greg Bird? I want to go with Greg Bird. I love Tex, but there's no spot for him. You can't DH him because if you keep A-Rod has to DH. So they're gonna have to choose between A-Rod and Tex. Quite frankly. Bird's the guy. Bird can't play in AAA next year unless they do what they always do and trade him.
Who's baseman right now?
Nobody. It's Dustin Ackley, Steven Drew, Ref Snyder, Perella.
Are they gonna sign Murph?
Drew's still hitting bombs.
I don't know. Drew isn't playing anymore. Ackley's the second baseman.
Imagine Murph signed with the Yanks.
No.
He would do really well over there.
Probably because he'd probably hit 35
do well
homers.
anywhere. He's a good player.
He'll probably hit 220.
He's a good 35 hitter.
Homers.
Murph is a good hitter.
He's a good player.
Hitter. There's a reason they call his dumb plays in the field Murphs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Murph pulled a Murph. Obviously, that's never a good thing. Just like a Sanchez pulled a Sanchez.
All right, but he's smart at the plate.
Okay, exactly. That's why we said he's a good hitter. That's why we say that.
I said that makes him a good player.
Okay, prediction for the Yanks now. Matt, how far are they going? If they win this wild card game. Who's the first round game? Kansas City? The first round? No, I think they play...
Or would it be...
Kansas City.
Toronto.
No, it'd be Texas.
They do play Texas?
I think it's Texas.
No.
The wild card winner plays the team with the best record. So that's the Royals. Sorry.
It'd be Toronto.
Toronto has a better record than Kansas City?
I believe so.
Go check that. I don't think they do.
Wow, I think so. That'd be crazy.
Kansas City clinched first.
Yeah.
Kansas City already has over 90 wins. The Blue Jays, I don't think they do.
Yeah, they have like 92, 91 or 92.
Blue Jays are already at 92? Oh, yeah, no, that would make sense. The Mets are like right at 89.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's... Toronto's 91 and 65. Kansas City's 90 and 67. So it'd be most likely Toronto.
Well, whoever... Wow.
Most likely Toronto. Well...
So they win the wild card.
So, and they lose the ALCS. Toronto is a scary place to play in the playoffs. That's
not only that, they're just so
huge home field advantage.
Well, we that place is nuts.
That place is nuts. Well, I think it's going to be a huge place for them to play in the playoffs.
Anyone enrolled in this college right now wouldn't know what it's like.
You got Norm Kelly, you got Drake.
True.
You got just Toronto. Okay, they have good fans. They have good fans.
No, so the Yankees win then if Drake roots for them. Because you know what? Drake's team, when it comes up big time.
True. Very
Kentucky, Raptors. Well, Toronto's known for being cursed.
Yeah, well.
How about their teams were just good and so long they thought that they had a shot?
Right.
You know, that's the thing. It's the difference of having a good team in a long time.
Maple Leafs.
Well, I don't know enough about hockey, but I know
terrible.
I know a lot of people joke
but they haven't been good in a long time. So
all right.
People used to call them the Mets of the hockey league.
Well, do the Maple Leafs have any
The hockey
championships or?
they have some because they're an original 6, aren't they? I don't know.
No, they're not.
Who
Original
knows? Who
6.
cares? Sorry,
Honestly.
a lot of people care.
I
Just not
do
in this
like
country.
hockey a lot. I just don't
Okay.
care about the Maple Leafs.
Mike,
Yes.
your prediction? Where are they going?
Oh, I already said it.
Dilson Herrera.
Dilson.
If it's Toronto losing the ALDS, I'm
No,
sorry. I'm
they're
sorry.
winning the
but
wild
that's-
card. They'll beat the Astros easy, I think.
What?
Well,
But they're not getting past the Royals.
I think
Blue
they'll
Jays.
win the wild card.
It
game.
might go 6-7 games, but they're not getting past. The
I
Royals
think they'll
and
win the
Blue Jays.
wild card game.
From what I've seen.
I think they can get to the ALCS depending on who they play. I think right now I would want to play Kansas City if I were them. If they do play Kansas City,
Yeah.
I think they can go to the ALCS. But
lucky against
we'll see what happens. All right, that's our show for this week. Matt and Mike, this was a good show. It was good to be back.
Definitely better than the last
Next
one we
week
had.
we're gonna have more. I want to get more football. In
More
here.
football.
I really want to talk about Andrew.
Yeah,
Luck.
but next week we're gonna be into the
I
playoffs.
really want
already.
to talk about UCLA.
Oh my God! Ooh! I'm excited. Okay, yes,
gosh.
UCLA, Josh Rosen. He's next. Andrew Luck, John Elway.
Josh Rosen,
No,
aka Mike
he's
DeLuca.
so bad. Paul Perkins is what's carrying this team.
Okay.
Miles
well,
Jack
anyways,
out for the year.
Anyways,
Huh?
PMP
Miles Jack is out
Sports.
for the
That's
year.
our show for this week. Thanks for listening.